Horl 2, Tumbler, and Work Sharp are the three most popular rolling knife sharpeners on the market. But which one is truly the best? To find out, I put them through a series of tests measuring their effectiveness, ease of use, and safety. And the test results and data do not lie. As you'll see throughout this video, there's a clear winner, a clear loser, and one that's pretty good but has some flaws. First up is the Tumbler. This brand launched in 2022 and has quickly become the most popular rolling knife sharpener thanks to its viral sharpening videos like this, and this. The Tumbler is made in China and it's listed for $129 on tumblerware.com. The roller has a 500 grit diamond disc on one side for sharpening and a metal honing disc on the other side for smoothing the edge. Unlike the other two sharpeners, which have removable discs, you can't change or replace the Tumbler's discs. They're stuck on. The magnetic angle support has two sharpening angles, 15 and 20 degrees. Those details are good to know, but the key question is, how well does the Tumbler work? To get a fair comparison of all three sharpeners, I dulled 6 chef's knives by sliding the edges 100 times across the side of a whetstone. All 6 knives are made of the same German steel and have a Rockwell hardness score of around 58. After dulling each blade equally, I measured their sharpness using a BESS certified sharpness tester. This tester comes with disposable wire clips that sit on top of a scale. To get an accurate measurement, you slowly lower the knife onto the wire. When the knife breaks the wire, the scale gives you a number. That number tells you how many grams of pressure it took to cut the wire. The lower the number, the sharper the knife. A score from 0 to 400 means the edge is sharp and in good shape. 400 to 800 means the edge could use some maintenance, and anything above that means the edge is dull or damaged. For context, a butter knife is around 2000. After dulling the knives, I picked 2 to sharpen with the Tumbler. First was the Kangshan Helena chef's knife. After grinding it on the whetstone, it had an initial sharpness score of 1127. Which is very dull. I set it up on the Tumbler using the 15-degree angle. After exactly 100 passes on each side with the diamond disc and 10 passes with the honing metal, it scored 726. I went back and sharpened it again, but this time I made exactly 200 passes on each side with the diamond disc and 20 with the honing metal. After that, it scored 515, which is a big improvement, but it's still in the needs maintenance range. Next, I tested the Wüsthof Gourmet chef's knife. Its initial sharpness score was 1,331. After 100 passes with the Tumbler on each side, it scored 840. After 200 more passes on each side, it scored 198, which is razor sharp. Overall, it did a great job with one knife and a decent job with the other. I'll show you how these results compare to the other two sharpeners in a minute. One thing that really surprised me while testing the Tumbler is the strength of its magnet. And this is very important because as you roll the sharpener across the blade, you don't want the knife popping off or moving at all. There's a video out there comparing the Tumbler to the Horl 2, and one of the main points in that video was that the Tumbler's magnet is much weaker than the Horl 2. But based on my tests, that's not true at all. First, I tested it by picking up a knife and wiggling it around. Then I tested it against the other sharpeners by attaching the Tumbler to one side of a knife and the other sharpeners to the other side. I pulled the magnets apart to see which one pulled the knife with it. I tested it near the handle and the tip of the blade, and in all of my tests, the Tumbler magnet proved to be the strongest. I tested it one last time by placing a paper clip between the magnets and slowly moving them closer together. Again, the Tumbler was the clear winner. The two main downsides of the Tumbler are that the discs are not removable and it doesn't spin as fast or freely as the Horl 2. It still rolls smoothly, but it feels a little stiffer and less agile. Next up is the Horl 2. This sharpener is made in Germany and it's the most expensive of the three. It's listed for $189 on Horl.com. Like the Tumbler, the magnetic angle support has a 15-degree angle on one side and a 20-degree angle on the other. However, the Horl's angle support is a full inch longer, so you have more to grab onto and can keep your offhand further from the edge. The Horl 2 comes with a 420 grit diamond disc for sharpening and a 1000 grit ceramic honing disc for refining and finishing the edge. But if you want an even smoother edge, Horl sells 3000 and 6000 grit discs separately. Unlike the Tumbler, the discs unscrew, so you can easily switch them in and out. I conducted the same sharpening tests with the Horl 2 that I did with the Tumbler. This time I used the Ninja Foodie Premium Chef's Knife and the Wüsthof Classic Icon Chef's Knife. After dulling the Ninja knife on the side of the whetstone, it had a sharpness score of 1047. Like I did with the Tumbler, I set up the knife on the 15-degree angle of the Horl 2. After 100 passes on each side with the diamond disc and 10 passes with the ceramic honing disc, it scored an impressive 248. That score means it's already in the ideal range for high-end cutlery. I measured it again just to make sure I didn't mess up anything with the sharpness tester, and it scored 259. I didn't sharpen it further because the 250 to 260 range is ideal. The Wüsthof Classic Icon knife had an initial score of 1178. After 100 passes on each side, it only improved to 1075. However, after another 200 passes on each side, it scored 269, which again is right what you're aiming for. Besides better sharpness scores, the Horl 2 has two advantages over the Tumbler. First, it spins much smoother, which gives you more control, especially when you're sharpening knives with thin tips and need to curve the roller. Less importantly, it has a higher end look. The logo in the roller and magnet is engraved in the wood instead of printed. The main downside of the Horl 2 is that it has the weakest magnet of the three sharpeners. It lost the pull apart test to both the Tumbler and the Work Sharp. That said, it's still a very strong magnet, and I haven't noticed any issues with knives moving or detaching from it while I'm sharpening. Next is Work Sharp. This rolling sharpener is made in Ashland, Oregon, and it's listed for $150 on worksharptools.com. There are a few big differences between the Work Sharp rolling sharpener and the Tumbler and Horl. Unlike the other two, which are cylinders with discs on both sides, the Work Sharp has a spinning disc on one side, two small wheels on the bottom, and a thinner area to grip on top. I'm not a big fan of this design at all. Because the spinning disc and wheels are different sizes, the roller doesn't glide straight. It drags back towards your hand, so you have to pay close attention and actively keep it straight. On several occasions during my testing, it pulled off the blade and I had to quickly correct it. The Work Sharp disc spins a little smoother and more freely than the Tumbler, but it's nowhere near as smooth as the Horl 2. Another difference is that instead of 2 discs, the Work Sharp comes with 3 discs. A 320 grit diamond disc, a 600 grit diamond disc, and a fine ceramic disc. These discs are magnetic, so you can easily swap them out. However, switching from the diamond disc to the honing disc is a little bit quicker with the Tumbler and Horl 2 because you can just flip it to the other side. Instead of 2 angles, this sharpener gives you 4 options: 15, 17, 20, and 25 degrees. Although the extra options are nice to have, the angle support is even smaller than the Tumbler. You don't have much to hold when using the 15 or 17 degree sides. Before I get into the test results, the last difference is that the Work Sharp discs are larger. Instead of a 2.1 inch diameter like the others, Work Sharp discs are 2.25 inches. So it can reach the top of wider blades without having to prop it up on a second cutting board. In terms of actual performance, I sharpened Made-In and Wüsthof Classic Chef's Knives using this sharpener, and I was pretty disappointed with the results. Made-In's initial sharpness after dulling it on the whetstone was 1,266. After 100 passes on each side using the 15-degree angle, it improved slightly to 1,048. After 200 more passes per side, it scored 812, which means the knife still needs more sharpening. The Wüsthof Classic's initial score was 1,242. After 100 passes per side, it barely improved to 1,226. After another 200 passes per side, it scored 813. Besides the poor sharpness scores, Work Sharp performed just okay in my magnet strength tests. It was stronger than the Horl 2 magnet, but weaker than the Tumbler. So after all that, which of these rolling knife sharpeners is the best and which is the worst? Based on my testing, Work Sharp is clearly the worst. Although I like that it comes with 3 discs and the discs have a larger diameter, it doesn't have any other advantages. It performed the worst in my sharpening tests, the magnet isn't as strong as Tumbler's, and the 2 small wheels on the bottom make it difficult to control how it rolls. This brand is known for making high-quality professional grade sharpeners, but their rolling sharpener falls short. So it comes down to the Tumbler and the Horl 2. These sharpeners are similar, but based on my testing and experience using both to sharpen several knives, Horl 2 is the clear winner. The sharpening results were consistently great, it rolls much more smoothly, the magnetic angle support is longer, and you have the option to change discs if you need a finer grit. Although Tumbler's magnet is stronger, both hold knives in place without any issue, so that's not a major advantage. If you want to learn more or you're ready to buy, I'll link to all 3 sharpeners in the video description. Those are affiliate links, so I'll earn a commission if you click and buy, but at no extra cost to you. If this was helpful, check out this video where I break down the pros and cons of 27 chef's knives in less than 30 seconds each. And for more videos like this, click the logo to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.